So as the rain buckets down outside and a potential thunderstorm, legit thunderstorm, is about to happen, we look at part 2 of the Filmoon movie intros. Last episode we looked at 5. This episode we got 6 copyright dependent, 6 intros to look at. If one of them's missing, it's because we've been yoinked by the copyright system. First up is Haunted Dormitory White Paper Girl. I think this one should be fine. I think. So let's go check out the introduction to Haunted Dormitory. If you're wondering what this is about, this video is about, this is a 3-part series where I, the arty Dans, look at the introductions to Filmoon movies, which are these Chinese horror movie production company, which is my favorite production company of all of them. They have these really wacky, crazy intros, and the movies end up being a bit shit. So we're just looking at the intros, the first couple of minutes of all of their films. This one is Haunted Dormitory White Paper Girl, which is part of the Haunted Dormitory series that only ended up having 2 films. Let's go check it out. Ooh, it seems that maybe I had to cut this one out because maybe YouTube didn't like it or someone who held the copyright to something didn't like showing this one. So my apologies that this one got cut out. Let's get on to the next one. So that's Haunted Dormitory Marionette Teacher. Now we're going to check out Midnight Whisper. And I kind of don't remember too much about this, so the intro will jog my memory.
小玲，天这么黑，我说今天就别走了吧。
姥姥，我都多大了，还怕黑呀？
你这丫头，好好好，路上你小心着点啊。
知道了，走了啊。
哎啊！路过前面那片树林，有人叫你，千万别回头。
哎呀，姥姥，谁会那么无聊，叫我的名字？
鬼娃玛丽。
姥姥，世界上哪有什么鬼呀？我走了啊。
哎，小玲，
记住了，你看有人叫我，我都没回头。
哎。
我不回头，我就不回头，我不害怕。
快干嘛？我都追不上了。
大叔，等等我！
刚才是不是有人叫你？那你没回头吧？
没有。
这就好。既然你没回头，我回头。
小玲，别了，姥姥来了。
It's hilarious, the kind of things that they push off or put on there to try and be scary. And that green doll certainly takes the cake. I remember this film now. That short lady doll, I don't want to use the M word, midget. Okay, just used it. It takes part of the movie towards the end. So she's kind of a main character in the film. But that one's just not scary. And this one, if that's the intro that you watch to the film, you probably just turn it off and go, yeah, no, I'm not watching this shit. Right. Ghost Mary, clearly, I think they're trying to do some kind of Bloody Mary thing here, but yet they're changing the rule that you can't turn around. My first issue with this is, why is this woman going through the forest where this so-called ghost lives in the middle of the freaking night? Why can't she wait until the morning? Whatever she has to do, surely is not that important that can't wait until there is sunlight and she can make it through the forest safely. So the plot is stupid and makes no sense, right? Right? Anyway, you know what? I don't make the movies. Just watch them. I'm not impressed with that one. And the movie was crap. Another short one, just like that one was. This is Mother's Revenge. This one, I think, of all the film movies, is actually a pretty good movie of all of them. So let's go. That made no sense, right? This is probably, of all the Filmoon movies, one of the better ones. So let's go check out the short intro to Mother's Revenge. Mother's Revenge. Hey, so you know what I like about that one? That one feels like an actual proper horror movie intro. It does. They don't go overboard and do the typical Filmoon bullshit that they do with the other movies in that one. They've just kept that one nice and grounded. And I think it actually sets up what is quite a good film for Filmoon. It ends up being more of a mystery thriller than a horror. And of course, at the end, you see that kind of cat-faced old woman burst through the banner and then kill him. That's good. I actually really like that. It gives a bit of a slasher vibe to it. It's got great color grading too. So this is why I look at Mother's Revenge and think, of all of the Filmoon movies they've ever made, this one has the most. The intro feels like a horror movie intro with it. And it's a great job that they've done with that one. Movie's great as well if you get a chance to watch it, like I've said. Not really much more I can say to it. It doesn't have the typical Filmoon music. It doesn't have a ridiculous lightning storm. The voice dubbing is kept to a minimum. In fact, I believe in this one, the voice dubbing is a bit different. This, again, doesn't feel like a Filmoon movie, but it definitely is one of theirs. So that's Mother's Revenge, and the one it comes highly recommended. Moving into the next one, the fifth again, provided we haven't been hit with anything that we needed to cut out because of copyright. The fifth one is This is the Bride with Painted Skin. Now, this one's title card comes up really quick, about the first 60 seconds. And I didn't want to cut it at that point because then I thought, well, you're missing the whole intro. So I let it go for a couple more minutes until the video blacks out. And that actually builds up what the film's about. So let's check out the intro to The Bride with Painted Skin. Well, looking back at that, probably should have stopped it at the title card, because I guarantee when you're watching that, you were in stitches with that skeleton that came out of the grave with the green light on and then kind of just across the shot. And then with the magic of the umbrella turned into the beautiful Jiamen Chen, who is the actress who plays that character that we saw there that seduces the Bachelor, which is what he's called in the film, which doesn't make... No, he is the Bachelor. That's a different character. Yes. So she goes and seduces the Bachelor. This movie has great skeleton effects. And by great, I mean they're stupid. I mean, this thing with China and skeletons that they can't do. I think we all know about the video games and how they take out the skeletons. And same thing applies to the movies as well. In this one, they've used a very clear plastic or plastic kind of skeleton for all of their skeleton shots, because it's quite a few throughout the film. And you can just see how cheap and nasty and shithouse it looks, which then again brings down the whole film, brings down the whole quality of the film, because you start to go, this is a bit crap. I mean, you already know it's crap, but when you see an effect like that, you really go, this is crap. So the whole point of this movie is, in order for this skeleton to live or to keep living, it needs to steal the souls of other people. So what she does is she flirts with that Bachelor, and then as the camera fades back in, she actually kills him and steals his soul, or it's his sister, one of the two characters. She takes its soul so that she can live and be immortal, essentially. And that guy that you saw at the start watching the skeleton rise out of the grave, he makes a part later on in the film when he realizes he should have stopped her when she came out of the grave, and so his mission in the film is to stop her again some 10 or 20 years later, which is how the movie is set. So that is The Bride with Painted Skin. Again, probably should have stopped it at the minute mark after the title card comes on, and you would have looked at that and you would have been in hysterics and gone, wow, that was terrible. But, then we wouldn't have got a bit more about what the movie was about. Stumbling over my words. Now, to finish off the episode, I hope, is The Haunted Cinema. The introduction to The Haunted Cinema. So we looked at The Haunted Cinema 2 in the last episode, and now we're going to look at The Haunted Cinema. This one's a little long. Probably about, I'm looking at the timeline, it looks to be about 5 minutes. But this is fun, and it's a bit fourth wall breaking. So read the subtitles, make sure you pay close attention to the subtitles, and pay close attention to what's going on in this one, because, again, it's cheap and nasty, but it's kind of fun. So let's check out the introduction to The Haunted Cinema.
你的胆子也太大了，真的敢来看这场电影啊？好，太好了，我等你好久了。我在这个影厅漂了很长很长的时间，就是为了等你来。你终于来了。 坐好，安安静静的坐好，别动，让我好好的看看你。你看不见我的，谁也看不见我。我就在你的身后，我的脸紧紧地贴着你的后脑勺。 你能感觉到我的呼吸吗？我冷冷的呼吸。来，让我摸摸你，轻轻地摸摸你。我的手正在慢慢地伸 伸向你的肩膀。
吓着姐姐了吧？你干嘛呀？没事总吓姐姐取乐。呵，谁让姐姐胆子那么小？你刚刚是在模仿一个女人的声音吗？什么女人的声音？我可没听见。不信你问别人，我可是刚到的。别人？你别跟我开玩笑，这除了咱俩，这哪还有别人啊？这儿，还有那儿，这不都是人吗？那卖糖葫芦的老奶奶就站在那儿，哪儿都没有人啊。那还能是鬼啊？你真的看不见？我真的看不见啊。姐，你看，有个小妹妹都去买糖葫芦了，我也要吃糖葫芦。姐，我要吃糖葫芦。小叶，姐警告你啊，不许再胡乱说话了，姐姐真的会被你吓着的。电影要开始了，好好看电影。怎么还不放啊？师傅，赶紧放啊！姐，不是已经开演了吗？哪儿放了？你别说谎好不好啊？快走！小叶，靠到姐姐背后，千万别离开。姐，你看，卖糖葫芦的老奶奶就站在对面，你帮我买个糖葫芦吧。你瞎说什么？哪有什么卖糖葫芦的？
I really love that intro. I really do, because it's made for the cinema. So that movie was released theatrically in China. Believe it or not, that was released theatrically. So you can tell with a lot of those kind of jump shot style sound effects that are in it. They're meant to be heard on a big screen, seen on a big screen, and heard in a nice, good sound system. And that's what they've clearly done with that film, The Haunted Cinema. Now, again, I like that intro with the cackling voice with the really horrible subtitles. I don't know if you noticed while watching that the subtitles were absolutely shocking. And they are the original subtitles that Filmoon releases with the films. So you go to cinema to watch it or you go online to stream the film, they are the subtitles you will get. And, there's just bad syntax errors, bad spelling, like things like when she says, I'm clingy to the back of your seat instead of, I'm clinging to the back of your head. Just needed a once-over with a native English person to just fix up those kind of typos. But I do like that that intro, that kind of fourth wall breaking intro to kind of get you into the mood. Now, I always thought that the brother was really just taking the piss out of his sister. That he was pretending that the whole theater was full, that the movie had started, that there was someone selling candies inside the cinema, and he was playing a prank on the girl, his sister. And I like it. It's well done. It's silly. It's crappy, but to me it's well done. And if I was making a horror movie, I'd be pretty happy with that output of that film. Like, I hate the fact that it would be made in China with all those restrictions, but I'd still be happy with how that turned out. So that's the Haunted Cinema. Not a bad intro. In fact, probably one of the intros that I really enjoyed. So in this episode, just to recap, we looked at Haunted Dormitory White Paper Girl, Haunted Dormitory Marionette Teacher, Midnight Whisper, Mother's Revenge, The Briar with Painted Skin, and The Haunted Cinema. Again, copyright dependent that we were allowed to show all 6 of those. In the final episode, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I think one of those I'm going to run into a bit of trouble with. So while initially it should be 6, there may only be 5. They are the Haunted Graduation Photo Part 1 and the Haunted Graduation Photo Part 2. We've got Under the Bed 3, When Plate Ghost Meets Pen Ghost. We've got Who in the Pool. You know, I might actually save that to last. So we've got Midnight Melody and then Who in the Pool. I think Who in the Pool will be a great way to finish off this series of 3 episodes. So that's been episode 2. I've been the Artie Dance. Please like, please subscribe, all that other crap that YouTubers tell you to do. We have one more episode to check out for awesome Filmoon movie intros. So we'll catch you the next time that comes out. See you then.